us now is Jim Cook, Boston Beer founder and chairman. Great to see you, Jim. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here on Friday afternoon.
Well, exactly. We might well be enjoying some of your products in a couple of hours' time. Jim, tell us about the growth.
You can start now. I hate to drink alone.
Well, I wish I could. I think I would lose my job. Maybe I'll just have a swig,
I'll tell you
of my
the
water.
Secret, but go ahead and ask your question, and then I'll tell you my secret.
Jim, let's talk about the unbelievable growth in the hard seltzer market, and including you and White Claw, Truly and White Claw, I guess, are some of the first movers there. There is so much competition, though, now. Everybody's bringing one out. Has that seen your market share slide, even if the headline numbers for the Truly brand has continued to grow?
No, actually, it's the opposite. Truly is the only one of the leading seltzers actually gained share this year, partly, I think, because of very successful innovation. We launched the first hard seltzer lemonade, which has a lot of flavor. It kind of amped up the flavor game. So we've actually been growing share, even as dozens of competitors have been piling in.
I guess the flip side, of course, is beer, which Sam Adams' brand is actually year-on-year declined. Is that the start of a decade of declines for beer coming in the future, or do you think that's going to plateau and turn up at some point soon?
Oh, I think it will turn around, but for Sam Adams and Dogfish Head and actually Angry Orchard, our hard cider, they have a big part of their volume in bars and restaurants. And in draft. And both of those segments have been devastated. My best guess is that draft beer consumption is down over 50%, and it's coming back, but very slowly. So when a big part of your volume drops by 50%, it's hard to make it up. Sam Adams is actually growing outside of the bar and restaurant channel, but it's not enough to make up for all those lost people who aren't going into bars and getting a delicious cold Sam Adams draft about this time on Friday.
I actually had a question on the hard seltzer competition. What was your reaction, Jim, to Coca-Cola getting into the alcohol business in the U.S. with Topo Chico Hard Seltzer and partnering with your competitor Coors to do it?
Well, this is a free competitive market. And for us, there's dozens of people coming in. There's Bud Light Hard Seltzer, Bud Light Platinum. There'll be a Michelob Ultra. There's a Coors Hard Seltzer. There's a Corona Hard Seltzer. They've all jumped in the last year. And so those are some of the biggest brands, certainly in beer. And yet we've continued to grow. So our focus is just on making the best tasting hard seltzers and innovating. And we're looking forward next year to our next innovation, which is Truly iced tea hard seltzer. That's going to bring, the flavor and the richness and the crispness of a great glass of iced tea to the hard seltzer category, where you can get a full 5% alcohol and with like 1 gram of sugar and only 100 calories. So our belief is that if we keep making really delicious, refreshing beverages under the Truly Hard Seltzer name, we'll get drinkers. And so far, that's worked.
Jim, to your point that you think beer can rebound when we're out of COVID, particularly, draft sales in bars, what portion of the growth that the hard seltzer market has seen has been because of drinking at home trends this year only? I mean, it does come across, not as a big drinker of it myself, as more of an at-home drink as opposed to something you're going to order in a bar.
Well, it's both, but I think the strength of Truly has been, in outdoor occasions, which maybe have been hit a little less. But primarily, what we're seeing is Truly Hard Seltzer is giving consumers something that they haven't had before. Crisp, refreshing, but only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, that doesn't fill you up. And we've more than doubled our sales this year. And we're looking forward to similar growth next year. And our experience, and I started making Sam Adams in my kitchen 36 years ago. And what I learned was that if you make something really good that people don't have, and Sam Adams was really the pioneering craft beer in the United States. It was something new that people had never had, rich, flavorful beer. It created its own market.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.